The Galactic Council was at an impasse. In a towering chamber filled with delegates from every corner of the galaxy, the air buzzed with frustration and disbelief. Holographic projections of the colony on Arcara 7 floated above the center of the room, a collection of gleaming silver buildings arranged in perfect grids, each identical to the last. To the untrained eye, it looked flawless. To the Council, it was a disaster. "We've done everything according to protocol," exclaimed a hulking, multi-limbed alien, its chitinous exoskeleton reflecting the holographic light. "The infrastructure is impeccable. Resources are plentiful. Why then are the colonists leaving?" Another delegate, a translucent being with pulsing veins of bioluminescence, sighed. "Morale has dropped to unsustainable levels. Colonists report feelings of detachment, listlessness, and a pervasive lack of joy." "Joy?" sneered a reptilian delegate, its scaled tail lashing irritably. "Since when is joy a requirement for survival?" A gelatinous diplomat quivered. "Since the colony reports suggested imminent collapse, this project is a failure." The room erupted into chaos until a calm voice cut through the noise. "We need the humans." The words hung in the air like a blasphemy. Delegates turned to stare at Ambassador Relthar, a small, feathery alien who looked distinctly uncomfortable under the weight of their collective gaze. "The humans," Relthar repeated, puffing out their feathers in defiance. "Their colonies on harsh worlds thrive, not because of their resources, but because of their peculiarities. They know how to make inhospitable places feel livable." The chamber erupted again, this time in incredulous laughter. "Humans? The Deathworlders who plant flowers in wastelands? Absurd! Their methods are inefficient and illogical." Relthar stood firm. "And yet, their colonies do not fail." Logan Graves stepped off the human transport shuttle with the confidence of someone who'd been underestimated his entire life. He was tall, with a rugged build and a perpetually amused expression. His tool belt jangled with an assortment of gadgets that seemed both archaic and unnecessarily complicated. Behind him, his team disembarked, engineers, designers, and cultural specialists, each carrying bags filled with what appeared to be random junk, fabric swatches, potted plants, and even a crate labeled "Mood Lighting Fragile." Waiting for them at the docking bay was a contingent of Arcara 7's alien leaders. Their collective expressions ranged from skepticism to outright disdain. "Welcome to Arcara 7, said the colony's administrator, a tall, crystalline alien whose voice resonated like wind chimes. "We appreciate your willingness to assist." Logan grinned and held out a hand, which the administrator regarded with confusion. "Happy to be here," he said, withdrawing his hand when the alien didn't respond. "Let's take a look at your problem." As they walked through the colony, Logan's grin slowly faded. The buildings were immaculate, clean, symmetrical, and lifeless. Every door was the same size, every room the same colorless gray. Even the streets were eerily quiet, the colonists moving with a mechanical precision that Logan found deeply unsettling. "No plants," muttered Logan, shaking his head. "No art, not even a single weird rock collection." One of his team members, a wiry engineer named Tessa, tapped on a wall. "Not even soundproofing. This place must echo like crazy." The administrator bristled. "Efficiency was our primary objective. Every centimeter of space is optimized for functionality." "Sure," Logan said, crouching to inspect a crack in the pavement. "But you optimized it right out of being livable." The administrator's crystalline form flickered, a sign of irritation. "What would you suggest?" Logan stood, dusting off his hands. "Step 1, we need to make this place feel alive. Step 2, we show these folks what a home actually is." The first step in Logan's plan was small, personal touches. He and his team distributed colorful fabrics, simple decorations, and potted plants to the colonists. The aliens were baffled. "Why would I put this on my wall?" asked a lanky insectoid colonist, holding a bright tapestry with clear discomfort. "Because it's yours," Logan said. "Pick a pattern you like, hang it up, and see how it feels." Some colonists complied out of curiosity. Others resisted, muttering about inefficiency. But as the days passed, small changes began to spread. A crystal alien painted their room with shimmering blues and greens. An aquatic species installed a bubbling fountain in their living space. For the first time, the colony had color. To encourage connection, Logan proposed a communal gathering space, a hearth, as he called it. The concept baffled the colony's leaders. "You want us to waste energy on lighting fires?" the administrator asked, their tone incredulous. "Not fires, warmth," Logan said, gesturing to the prototype. The hearth was a circular area filled with soft seating, glowing orbs that mimicked firelight, and a central table for shared meals. Around it, the humans had planted fast-growing flora native to the colony's planet, creating a vibrant green space in the heart of the sterile colony. When the hearth was unveiled, the colonists were hesitant, but slowly they began to gather there. Conversations started. Laughter followed. For the first time in weeks, the colony felt alive. The hearth was a hit, much to the annoyance of certain alien leaders who still saw humanity's methods as frivolous. But for Logan Graves and his team, it was only the beginning. "You call this progress?" scoffed Kelrix, a reptilian council member whose scales gleamed under the colony's artificial lights. His tail lashed in agitation as he gestured toward the newly installed communal hearth, now bustling with activity. "This is a waste of resources. All of this, plants, lights, seating, it's illogical." Logan stood nearby, calmly sipping a mug of tea. "And yet, it's working." Kelrix's eyes narrowed. "Morale is a luxury. Efficiency is survival." "Funny thing about survival," Logan said, setting his mug down. "It's a lot easier when people actually want to survive." Kelrix hissed in frustration and stormed off, leaving Logan to smile smugly to himself. "We'll win him over," he muttered to Tessa, who was sketching out plans for the next phase. Logan's team launched their next initiative, personalized living spaces. They visited each colonist, learning about their species' needs, preferences, and quirks. What they discovered was eye-opening. The crystalline Yalithians. Their species thrived in environments with diffused light. Logan's team installed adjustable prismatic panels that bathed their rooms in soothing colors. The aquatic glorvans. Used to living underwater, they struggled with the colony's dry air. Logan suggested water-filled, gravity-defying orbs where they could float comfortably. The Arborean lecarans, a species that preferred vertical living, they were given climbing walls and suspended hammocks, turning their rooms into miniature jungles. Each change was met with surprise and, eventually, gratitude. For the first time, colonists started to take pride in their homes. While the individual living spaces improved morale, Logan knew the colony needed something bigger to unify them, a central plaza. This wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about creating a heart for the colony. The plaza design incorporated elements from every species. Humans planted hardy, fast-growing trees that could survive the planet's harsh environment. Alien engineers contributed translucent walkways that shimmered in the sunlight. Tessa added fountains that bubbled with bioluminescent water, creating a mesmerizing effect at night. "It's beautiful," whispered one colonist as they watched the construction. "It's not done yet," Logan said, smiling. "Wait until you see it at night." As the plaza neared completion, resistance from skeptics reached a boiling point. Kelrix and his faction filed an official complaint, demanding the project be halted. "This colony is a settlement, not a resort," Kelrix declared at a council meeting. "We should be focusing on infrastructure, not frivolity." Logan leaned back in his chair, unbothered. "And what exactly do you think will happen to your infrastructure when no one wants to stay here?" Kelrix bristled, but had no response. To address the concerns, Logan's team made a bold move. They built the plaza using recycled materials from abandoned colony projects. The repurposed structures not only saved resources, but demonstrated humanity's knack for turning trash into treasure. When the plaza was unveiled, it was a masterpiece. colonists from every species gathered to admire the glowing trees, sparkling fountains, and inviting seating areas. For the first time, the colony felt like a community. The transformation wasn't one-sided. As the colony began to embrace humanity's ideas, humans also learned from their alien neighbors. This exchange led to innovations like floating lounges. Inspired by the Glorvans, humans developed gravity-defying cushions for communal seating. Scent-infused air systems. Lecarans introduced the idea of infusing living spaces with calming scents, which humans eagerly adopted. Bioluminescent pathways. Yalithians contributed their expertise in light manipulation, creating pathways that glowed softly at night. These changes further strengthened the bond between species, turning the colony into a beacon of cooperation. Kelrix, ever the skeptic, found himself drawn to the plaza one evening. The bioluminescent fountains cast shimmering reflections on the walkways, and the air buzzed with laughter and conversation. For the first time, Kelrix saw colonists of all species gathered together, their differences blending seamlessly into a vibrant whole. "It's functional," he muttered begrudgingly. "High praise coming from you," Logan said, stepping up beside him. Kelrix glanced at the human, his tail swishing slowly. "Perhaps there is merit in your methods." Logan grinned. "Welcome to the cozy side, Kelrix." The transformation of Arcara 7 reached a turning point when productivity soared. Colonists, once listless and detached, were now engaged and motivated. The sterile settlement had become a thriving home. The Galactic Council, initially skeptical, began receiving requests from other colonies to bring in human designers. Humanity's reputation as death worlders evolved into something more, the species that knew how to build belonging. The transformation of Arcara 7 was nearly complete. The sterile colony had become vibrant, filled with bioluminescent walkways, gravity-defying water features, and warm communal spaces. But as Logan Graves and his team prepared to wrap up their work, they encountered their biggest challenge yet. The Galactic Council, impressed by the success on Arcara 7, decided to use the colony as a model for others. Delegates from neighboring settlements visited to see the transformation firsthand. The visiting aliens were awed, but also demanding. "This is exceptional work," said an avian delegate, his feathered crest puffing with approval. "But our colony is underwater. Can humans work in an aquatic environment?" "Our settlement is on a moon with extreme gravitational shifts," another delegate added. A gelatinous delegate quivered nervously. "Our species lives in constant motion. Can humans adapt to that?" Logan leaned against a newly planted tree, his trademark grin unwavering. "We're humans. Adapting is what we do." Not everyone was impressed. Kelrix, still reluctant to fully embrace the changes, saw the influx of attention as a distraction. "You've turned this colony into a spectacle," he hissed during a heated council meeting. "It's unsustainable. All these decorations, these unnecessary luxuries. What happens when the novelty fades?" Logan met Kelrix's glare with a calm, steady gaze. "It's not about novelty. It's about building something that lasts. A home isn't just walls and a roof. It's a foundation for life." Kelrix scoffed. "Life doesn't need cushions and fountains to thrive." "No," Logan agreed, "but it thrives a hell of a lot better when people feel like they belong." The next test came in the form of Arcara 7's environment itself. A sudden shift in the planet's atmospheric conditions caused severe storms, damaging parts of the colony. The bioluminescent pathways shorted out, water features flooded homes, and the newly planted gardens were uprooted by fierce winds. The skeptics seized the moment. "This is exactly what we warned about," Kelrix declared. "Your frivolous designs cannot withstand the realities of this world." Logan didn't flinch. "You're right," he said, surprising everyone. "We made mistakes, but humans are good at fixing mistakes." Logan's team sprang into action, drawing on their adaptability to redesign the damaged systems. Storm-resistant gardens. They created reinforced planters with retractable shields to protect plants during storms. Flood-proof homes. Inspired by aquatic species, they added water-resistant materials and drainage systems to the colony's structures. Adaptive lighting. The team collaborated with Yalithians to develop lighting that could withstand electrical surges, ensuring the bioluminescent pathways stayed functional during extreme weather. The changes not only repaired the colony, but made it stronger, more resilient, and even more innovative. As the storms subsided, the colony emerged brighter and more beautiful than before. The rebuilt central plaza became the heart of the settlement, surrounded by storm-hardened gardens and shimmering walkways. Colonists gathered to celebrate the reopening, their voices filled with laughter and excitement. Even Kelrix couldn't hide his surprise. "It seems you've learned from your mistakes." Logan chuckled. "That's the human way." News of the redesigned Arcara 7 spread quickly. Alien colonies across the galaxy began requesting human teams to transform their settlements. Logan's team became legends, not just for their creativity, but for their ability to adapt, rebuild, and thrive under pressure. On an aquatic world, humans designed floating homes with coral-like supports that adapted to changing tides. On a lava moon, they built heat-resistant shelters with cooling systems powered by the moon's geothermal energy. On a low-gravity asteroid, they created modular homes that could expand and contract to accommodate shifts in gravity. Each project blended human ingenuity with alien traditions, fostering cultural exchange and mutual respect. One evening, Logan found Kelrix sitting in the central plaza, his usually rigid posture relaxed as he watched a group of children, alien and human alike, playing near the bioluminescent fountains. "You've been spending a lot of time here," Logan said, sitting beside him. Kelrix's tail flicked lazily. "It's functional. The colonists are happier. Productivity is up." "And you?" Logan asked, raising an eyebrow. "What do you think?" Kelrix hesitated before finally admitting, "It's pleasant." Logan grinned. "I'll take it." The success of Arcara 7 reached the Galactic Council, prompting a formal commendation for humanity. In a rare moment of unity, delegates from across the galaxy acknowledged the impact of Logan's team. "Humans," one delegate said, "have shown us that a home is not just where we live, it's where we belong." The transformation of Arcara 7 became the template for colonies across the galaxy. Human-designed settlements flourished, blending functionality with the warmth and creativity that only humans seemed capable of providing. But as Logan Graves and his team basked in their success, they faced one final monumental challenge. The Galactic Council summoned Logan and his team to a classified meeting. Holographic displays projected an image of the planet Ravnix 9, a desolate volcanic world with constant tectonic activity and toxic air. "We need a colony here," said Ambassador Relthar, whose feathers quivered with unease. "It's rich in resources vital to the galactic economy. However, every attempt to settle it has failed. We need your expertise." Logan leaned back, his grin widening. "A planet that's trying to kill its settlers. Sounds like home already." Ravnix 9 was unlike any world the humans had encountered. The ground shifted unpredictably, spewing lava and ash. The atmosphere was corrosive, eating away at structures within days. Even the planet's gravity fluctuated, causing bizarre distortions. "This place isn't just hostile, it's vindictive," Tessa muttered as she examined seismic data. Logan surveyed the barren landscape from the safety of their dropship. "Let's make it cozy." The team got to work, blending cutting-edge technology with their trademark ingenuity. Hovering homes. Inspired by the aquatic glorvan's floating habitats, the humans designed homes that hovered above the unstable ground using anti-gravity technology. Ash-resistant materials. They collaborated with crystalline Yalithians to develop a protective coating that repelled ash and corrosion. Adaptive infrastructure. The colony's buildings were modular, able to retract or expand depending on tectonic activity. To address the planet's psychological toll, they built luminous gardens inside sealed biodomes. Each dome was filled with oxygen-producing plants and glowing crystals, creating serene, otherworldly spaces where colonists could recharge. For the first time, humans invited alien collaborators to join their design process. Together, they created solutions tailored to Ravnix 9's challenges. Lekarans suggested vertical hydroponic farms, maximizing space and providing fresh food. Glorvans introduced water reservoirs that acted as both cooling systems and emergency hydration sources. Humans integrated storytelling spaces, circular areas where colonists could share their experiences and build community. The project became a symbol of interspecies cooperation, with every contributor bringing their unique strengths to the table. Just as the colony neared completion, Ravnix 9 unleashed its fury. A series of powerful quakes triggered volcanic eruptions, spewing ash and lava toward the settlement. The colonists, many of whom had doubted the humans' designs, braced for disaster. But the hovering homes stayed aloft, their protective coatings deflecting ash. The adaptive infrastructure absorbed the tremors, shifting seamlessly to stabilize the settlement. The biodomes remained untouched, their luminous gardens casting an eerie, calming glow. When the quakes subsided, the colony stood intact, a testament to humanity's ingenuity and the power of collaboration. The Galactic Council held a ceremony to honor the success of Ravnix 9. Delegates from across the galaxy gathered to witness the impossible made real. Logan, as always, kept things casual. Standing at the center of the glowing plaza, he addressed the crowd. This wasn't just a human effort. This was all of us, every species, every culture, coming together to build something that wasn't just functional, but meaningful. That's what a home is. It's where we come together. The crowd erupted in applause, and for the first time in galactic history, the phrase human creativity became a symbol of hope rather than chaos. The success of Ravnix 9 sparked a cultural revolution. Across the galaxy, colonies began incorporating human-inspired designs, blending warmth, creativity, and functionality. Floating biodomes became a staple of harsh environments. Adaptive homes allowed settlers to thrive on volatile worlds. Communal spaces fostered unity in even the most diverse colonies. Humanity's reputation shifted from death-worlders to home builders, a species uniquely skilled at turning inhospitable places into thriving communities. Even Kelrix, the staunchest critic of human methods, had a change of heart. Visiting Ravnix 9, he marveled at the hovering homes and luminous gardens. "You humans," he said to Logan, "might be the most irrationally brilliant species I've ever encountered." Logan smirked. "I'll take that as a compliment." Years later, Logan sat in a glowing garden on Ravnix 9, surrounded by alien and human colonists sharing stories around a central fire. The once hostile planet now pulsed with life, its settlers thriving in spaces built not just for survival, but for connection. As Logan watched children play under the glow of biodomes, he smiled. "We didn't just build a colony, we built a home,